Hello friends and welcome to my Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 1 review and Season 2 predictions. So let's just get it out of the way. This is just going to be me rambling about shit that I don't know anything about. Probably gonna get a lot of things wrong, probably gonna make a lot of mistakes, and probably gonna miss a lot of things, but I like to ramble about everything that I experienced with you guys in the first season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. What I always do is I take my ratings that I gave for the episodes, I count them, divide them, and then I get a number, and that's my overall rating for the first season. But a lot of my ratings that I gave on the first time watching, on my first time watch, I don't agree with them anymore. I don't agree with a lot of these ratings anymore, and that just proves how unprofessional this is. But my ratings aren't meant to be professional. A lot of episodes I would rate differently now, but I'm still going to take my ratings, my initial ratings, after watching the episode, because that's how I felt after watching it the first time. So this rating is also going to be how I feel after watching it the first time. So I have wrote them all down here, so let's just give you guys a quick recap. Episode 1 got a 6.5. Episode 2 got a 7. Episode 3 got a 6. Episode 4 got a 7.5. I don't remember any of these episodes, I'm not gonna lie, because there are so many episodes in a season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Episode 5 got another 6. Episode 6 got an 8. I think I remember that one. I think that's the episode, the Fitzsimmons episode, where we thought that Simmons was gonna die, and I began to like them a little bit, and mostly Fitz, who is now maybe my favorite character on the show. We'll talk about that later. Episode 7 got a 7, which is kind of ironic. Episode 7 got a 7. I'm hilarious. Episode 8 got an 8.5. Episode 9 got a 7. Episode 10 is when things started to shift around, and it also got a rating that showed around to it. It got a 9 out of 10. Episode 11 got an 8.5. Episode 12 is a weird one because I lost that recording. I think I have the beginning of it, but I don't. Nah. I hated it. I hated that episode. I gave it a 5 out of 10. And I was being kind when rating. I remember that I didn't want to give it lower than a 5 because I didn't want to be too negative, but I really hated the Freeze kid, and I'm not excited about him showing up again. Also, episode 12 after episode 10 and episode 11 is kind of weirdly placed because after episode 12 comes episode 13, which is an amazing episode. But whatever, episode 12 got a 5 out of 10. Episode 13 got a 9 out of 10. Episode 14 got an 8 out of 10. Episode 15 got a 7.5. I think that's the Lorelai episode. Lorelai is still really hot, by the way. Episode 16 got my first 10 out of 10. I remember naming it the best episode ever, and you guys were all like, this is your best episode ever, you just wait till it comes in the future. You were right. Episode 17 got an 8 out of 10. Episode 18 got a 7 out of 10. Episode 19 got a 9 out of 10. And here we are in the streak because episode 20 got a 10 out of 10. Episode 21 got a 10 out of 10. And episode 22 also got a 10 out of 10. Those are 3 10 out of 10s in a row. And well done, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I have to say, because there aren't many shows that give multiple 10 out of 10s in a row. So I really enjoyed it. Great season. The overall rating that I got when counting all the numbers and dividing them by the number of episodes that we have was a 7.9. So Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. season 1 gets a 7.9 from me. Probably will only go up. Instead, if the Freeze kids will show up, then it will only go down. It was a joke, by the way. Alright, I ask you guys to ask me some questions about just anything Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. related. I only got one question, which is okay. I'm happy. The question was from Jack Dubs. Thank you for asking the question. How have your feelings changed over the course of the show? And that's a really good question because in the beginning, I had a very different feel about the show. It was only I think after episode 10 that I started to change that feel, and then after episode 16 the feeling started to change in its entirety. So at first, when I first watched it, it had kind of this feeling, this CW feeling. If you guys have ever watched the CW show, then you know what I mean. Those characters that talk with each other and you have some kind of cringe-worthy moments. And I'm not a fan of those kind of shows. That's why I'm never able to watch The Flash and these other DC shows because I don't know, something about how the characters talk with each other cringes me out. And I had that feeling in the beginning of this show, and sometimes I have that feeling. It has something to do with the music played in the background and how characters talk to each other. But I went and looked behind that and looked further than cringy characters and gave the show a chance because, well, it's in the fucking MCU and I love the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I love Marvel in general, even movies that don't take place in the MCU. I still enjoy it. I just love Marvel. So I had to give this a chance. And I'm happy I did. I'm really happy I did because it changed. The course changed. Sometimes we still have those cringy moments. A really good example of that is in episode 17 when the Garrett plot twist got revealed. You all remember probably that I hated that plot twist, but let's be honest, the only reason why I hated that plot twist because I didn't expect it at all, and because I hated that Garrett was with Hydra, and I hated that Ward was with Hydra. That's why I hated it. I was just being salty. But in that episode, when Garrett got captured and they were talking to Hand, was that her name? The girl with the red flux? You heard some music and it got that cringy feeling again. But furthermore, not that many cringy scenes, so I'm happy with that. So how did my feelings change? They changed positively, and now I have a certain feel for the show. I like the characters in the first episode. I only liked Coulson, but that was mostly because I knew him. And I kind of liked Ward. I kind of liked Ward the whole entire show until he betrayed me and he hurt my feelings. So fuck you, Ward. But that's how my feelings changed over the course of the season. Thank you for asking the question. Sadly, I don't have any other questions, but maybe when I do my season 2 review and season 3 predictions, you guys will come up with questions without spoiling me, of course, because sometimes you spoil me without even realizing it. And I can't really blame you because when I watch reaction channels, I also did that. But just keep in mind that everything could be a spoiler. Oh, right. That was my season 1 review. I just enjoyed it. Beginning was slow, but like I said in episode 10 or episode 11, whichever episode it was, it's like you get all these tiny pieces to develop the team, to set up storylines, to set up characters. And then when you reach the mid-season finale, you just get so much in return for, well, not really suffering, but let's just use that word because then you get what I mean. For suffering through the first half of the season, and then you just get rewarded in the second half of the season. And that was done so well. And I have no idea how season 2 is going to do that because season 2, we already know the characters. So is the first part of the season going to be slow again to set up season 2 storylines? But they already set up season 2 storylines in the ending of season 1, so whatever. Oh yeah, also you guys hinted to me that Fury is not going to show up again. And I'm okay with that. I'm absolutely fine with that because I'm happy that we got to see Fury at all. Because I'm gonna be honest, going into this show, I thought Fury wasn't going to show up. I thought that was just too expensive, and I'm happy we got to see him. I'm happy Coulson and Fury got to talk with each other again. The only downside is that I would have loved if Fury showed up in the last season, but we're not at the last season yet, and maybe he will show up. Maybe something happens. What I also really want is for Coulson and whoever survives at the end of all the seasons to show up in the MCU because this does take place in the MCU. Unlike Daredevil, Punisher, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, Luke Cage. They don't take place in the MCU, but they do. They were intended to take place in the MCU, but they didn't have that much heavy links as Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has. Still holding out hope that Daredevil and Punisher will show up in the MCU. And if they won't, at least just give Daredevil season 4 and give Punisher a season 3. Give Jessica Jones another season because I want to see Kilgrave again. going totally off topic again. I'm sorry. Predictions for season 2. This is going to be hard because let's be honest, I'm gonna fuck them all up. Even though I got it right that the clairvoyant was with Hydra. I didn't get it right that it was Garrett, but at least I got it right that clairvoyant and Hydra were related. There are a lot of things that could happen in season 2 because we got a lot of storylines set up. First of all, there are probably going to be some new characters because that just makes sense for them to do that. I have watched some other spy-like shows where we have a team as the basic characters, and what they always do in a new season is add some characters, remove some characters if something happens behind the scenes which makes the actor go away. I hope that this show doesn't do that because I always hate it when that happens. But we'll see, and I can't fucking do anything against it because it's behind the scenes stuff and it influences the story, but whatever. So probably some new characters. Wart, we have Wart. No idea what's going to happen with him. Is he going to be on the team? Is he going the villain route again? Is he going the anti-hero route? Is he even going to show up? I hope he does because I think that even though he betrayed me, he was still really entertaining to watch, and I loved his character and I loved the plot twist, especially now looking back to it. So I hope they're gonna do stuff with Ward. Anti-hero, maybe give him a second chance on the team. I actually don't hope that he's going to go the villain route again. That anti-hero or stay on the team. One of those two, not villain again. Because, We also have Triple, who I didn't expect to stay on the team. I know that he's called Triplet, but I just like to give certain characters nicknames, and Triple fits perfectly for him because we have a history together, Triple and I. I didn't trust him, even though apparently he was to be trusted. So he's become a meme. He's become a meme for me, and I love his character for that. I don't know what they're gonna do with his character because we don't know first shit about him. Is he gonna replace Ward? I hope we get a backstory to him. We know that his grandparents fought Hydra. That we know, and he has some tech like mind, so he's smart like Fitz and Simmons. That's all we know about Triple, but I'm excited to see more of him. We also have Coulson, who apparently is becoming an alien, or something along those lines. That's it. With making predictions, I have no idea what alien Coulson will do, because I know he exists, but more than that, no idea. I know that he's a thing. I know that the alien DNA is still in him and in Sky, but it probably affects Coulson a lot more. Garrett is dead. I don't think we're gonna see him again. That would be really weird. Coulson alien, no idea. I'm not gonna try to think what's gonna happen with that, but we're definitely gonna get something. Maybe Coulson will turn into an alien. I do know that comic Coulson has a robot arm, or maybe he loses his arm or something. But I do know that that's a thing in the comics. I don't know if they're gonna do that in the show, but I do know that exists. Fitz. Let's talk about Fitz, baby. Alright, Fitz, he is alive and he isn't doing well. That's all we know. Maybe he will turn into a monkey just like my dreams, and if that happens, then maybe I am clairvoyant, and then I can call myself the clairvoyant from then on. No idea what's gonna happen with him. Maybe he's gonna turn into a super badass, or he's just gonna stay same old Fitz. I hope that we get something from him in the first episode, because he is my favorite character on the show right now. So I want some Fitz in my life. So just give me Fitz and don't turn him into a monkey. That was very terrifying in my dream. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back to, which episode was it? Episode 17 or something, episode 18, one of those episodes. No, I think it was episode 19. I have no idea. And last but not least, we have Sky, who apparently is a monster. Well, not Sky isn't a monster, but her parents are. But I think it's gonna affect her in a way that she's going to question if she also might not be a monster. That storyline, I do have kind of an idea where it's going to go. I think that she's going to think about the things she does, think about her morality, think about maybe I am evil, maybe this is who I am supposed to be, and then in the end, she's gonna be a good person. But I think that's going to be the season 2 storyline. That's not gonna go into season 3. Alien Coulson may go into season 3, but we're gonna at least get a little bit of everything in season 2. Also, May, we're probably gonna find out why she's the cavalry. Am I saying that right? Cavalry. I also looked up what that was because I had no idea, but apparently it's like I saw something with a horse. Something you sent in as a last resort. That's what a cavalry means. At least if I looked that up right. Yeah, those are my predictions for season 2. I actually have not really an idea what's gonna happen except for the Sky storyline. I think I figured that out pretty good. If I do know my shows. I've watched a lot of shows, and I know Age of Shield probably will surprise me, but I still think that that's what's going to happen with the Sky storyline. And other than that, no idea, but pretty excited to check it out. I do have another thing. I haven't bought season 2 yet, so I don't know when I'm going to react to season 2. I don't know when I'm going to watch it, but I hope I can buy it soon. And maybe I can buy. Nah, that's not gonna work. I can only buy season 2. So I hope that I'll buy it soon, and then when I have it, I will give you guys my season 2 reactions and try to do them twice a week, but they'll probably come out once a week because life. I'm gonna thank you guys for watching this amazing review. That's kind of not humble to say. I'm just so used to saying this amazing episode with me. I'm gonna thank you guys for watching this review, watching my predictions, and I'm also gonna thank you guys for staying with me on this journey. Season 1, it was such a fun journey, even though I took a lot of breaks. I think I started in May. I started in May with season 1, and it's almost May again, so but then again, really grateful for the people that stayed. Really grateful that you guys take the time to check out my reactions. It's so fun. Everyone who writes a comment, I want to thank you guys. I also want to thank everyone who just leaves a like and just watches, but also just everyone who watches and doesn't do liking, subscribing and stuff. If you watch, I love you. Even though I still need 1,000 subscribers, because if I don't have 1,000 subscribers, and I can't do the community posts shit, and I want to do community posts because that's useful. All right, thank you guys for watching again, and I will see you in the first episode of season 2. Peace out.